First Super Twin race of the 2023 TT. Away from the line, it's Dominic Herbertson who leads us off on the Kawasaki Z650. Now Jamie Coward away, and now we can really hear it.
Yeah, you can. He's on the Kawasaki as well. That parallel twin, got an awesome drone to them.
So there's a big difference here, isn't there, in power with these bikes compared to Super Sport, Super Stock, Super Bike. These are not as powerful. They're not as fast in a straight line, but they're also not as heavy. There must be a host of different ways you ride them, as we see Michael Dunlop head off the line on the familiar number 6.
Yeah, they've got to keep them on the boil, and the rev limit for the class is 11,000 RPM.
Mike Brown leaves the line on a Pattern S1R. It will become a very familiar machine to you if it's not already by the end of this race. Such a popular weapon.
Brilliant class to come to the TT on, because it's about smooth, carrying that flowing line, and that's the key to going quickly at the Isle of Man. So it's a very relevant and brilliant class, in my opinion.
So then for someone more experienced, something I'd like to know about is the likes of Hickman and Dunlop when they're riding all these classes. How do you swap between the bikes and still ride them the right way?
It's part of the challenge of being a TT racer. You need to adapt to the different class and know each one's strengths and weaknesses, and you need to tailor your riding to it.
Here comes Mike Brown. He's in P3, so Brown is in P3 at the minute. Then Dunlop leads Coward by 12.9. Mike Brown,
in.
Steady on now, 1.5 back, so he's on the podium at the minute. That would be a brilliant result.
Well, can you imagine, for that young lad, first ever TT podium is within his reach.
Jamie Coward looking back, going to try and find a way past Herbertson. There is Herbertson, so not first on the road now. Coward makes the pass.
Yeah, he's going very well. He cannot afford to be held up at any stage, because he's riding in podium contention at the moment, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie stood on the podium before. He knows how good it feels. He'll want that again.
Here's Brown at the bungalow. Where does he go?
Oh, listen to that engine note, and quite a few different firing orders with him. The Pattern's a 180-degree firing order, where it's a 270-degree crank firing order with the Yamaha, so quite different engine notes.
Different tones, big time. He's there, he's 3.4 off P2, so Mike Brown is very much still in the mix for this one. Going to see a fantastic fight for second as we head into the pit stops on lap 1. Here is Dunlop from the heli on an absolute mission. He's just riding this bike beautifully. Pops another little wheelie. I think that's where he passed Hodgson, isn't it, on the first lap?
Yep, up over Crosby jump as we head down. Whoa!
Herbertson, see, past Herbertson in almost identical spot, but with that same pace again. That was from Balaguer, you were saying, was it? He must have epic exit speed through that whole section.
Yeah, and look at the speed he's carried down through Greba Castle. Gorsley, and who's in the list to be passed next? Jamie Coward is holding very good pace himself. Don't think Michael will pass him just as quickly.
He did have a little look there, didn't he? Just to look up the inside. He's thought better of it. I guess he can be patient, but still, you don't want to lose too much time. And whereabouts is Dunlop? Is he closing in? Yes, he is. As we say that, he appears not quite close enough.
No, and this next section is very difficult to pass as we head down towards Hanley's. Very technical, almost a single line through there. Won't be easy for Michael to get by through here. Not with the speed that Jamie Coward's carrying.
Of course, with this race being in the evening as well, Cam, you can see the shadows are much longer. But he's not behind him much longer. Squeezes through on the left-hand side.
That was a pass for the brave. That was a pass for the brave. Up the inside into Hanley's. You don't see that every day.
But you can see actually how much exit speed it's cost him coming in there. Not on the ideal line, but still he's got the pass, and we know he's unlikely to be repassed at this stage.
There goes our flying Frenchman. Pierre Bane.
Hickman slotting up the inside of Hodgson. Hodgson runs wide. Is that to let Hickman through, or is that a mistake?
No, I think he was doing the right thing by Pete, but put himself out in the dirt doing so. Just trying to carry that momentum as you work your way up this mountain section to the bungalow.
Which is where Michael Dunlop is. Just looking great, isn't he? Looking super, super comfortable.
Yeah, you can see that. Michael's got a lot of experience in smaller bikes as he came through the ranks in years past. 125, 250cc, 2 strokes, which is all about tucking in and carrying that momentum, and he's really carried that skill into this class.
Here comes Mike Brown.
Look at the livery on the Burrows Racing machine. Doesn't that look trick?
It does, with the leathers as well. I'm liking it. Little bit of extra effort.
Look at that tuck in, elbows in, chin on the tank the whole time.
Where does he go? On his head, so Mike Brown's got it. He moves into P2. He gets Jamie Coward by 0.2 of a second. The pit boards won't change because Cam, all you get then is either a +0 or you just get a position, and that tells you that you are in a fight as they come down to signpost corner. Yeah, you got a +1 or +3, you can start to chill, but if there's no split on there, you know you've got to go.
No, the race is on.
He can roll off a little bit, but behind him, Mike Brown, oh, he's got 2.1 now, so Brown's got, he's taken another 1.9 seconds off Coward. That's not comfortable. I say, Dunlop can roll off a little bit, and after last year, he might well do. Yeah,
I think he'll really be trying to get this bike home. As I said, they're quite highly strung. As you see the sun flag on the left-hand side there, just giving the riders caution of that bright afternoon sun over these crests. Jamie Coward pushing hard. He's going to want to close that gap.
He is. It's just a couple of seconds. That's one mistake, one deep braking zone, or it's a whole lap of taking a 10th in each corner. It can be done very much. Hickman flipping the throttle on the run down to the right-hander. Coward looked 3.1 behind Dunlop in the Glen Helen section. Through comes Mike Brown.
Oh, beautiful exhaust note on the pattern.
Sounds mega, doesn't it?
Yeah, look how neat he is too. Nice, smooth under brakes, keeps the feet on the pegs, elbows up, flicks it into the turn.
Arrow straight there, wasn't he? Just dead tidy.
Pit board on the left.
Hickman is into Glen Helen. We're waiting for that split between Coward and Brown.
He just drops another gear, just keeps that bike on the boil. He's right on board, winding his way up Craig Willie's hill.
Exit speed here, really important.
Crucial.
Here he comes. Brown looking for his first ever podium. Could it be a P2? Oh, he's out in the dirt. If you're in any doubt as to how hard he's tried to earn this podium, he's trying absolutely every trick in the book, and that's maybe pushing his luck a little bit too far.
That's riding a young rider full of confidence, on fire.
Coward responding to the pressure from Brown. Such a close fight between these two. I think it is the closest fight this week for a podium spot, definitely. Now back to Mike Brown. So this is the fight for P2. That's Brown into White Gates. And with just a few pit boards around here, Cam, and the split times between them being so tight that you can't chill. If you get a pit board every mile, you might have an idea of how you're cracking on, but when you've only got one every few miles, you've just got to keep it absolutely bang on it.
Yeah, and you can't rely on them. It's just a pit board. We've got two riders, two different sections of course on two very different machines.
Brown's back in front by 1.2. So Brown has got back in front of Coward by 1.2 seconds. Very much not a done deal. A little bit more of a done deal for this guy.
Oh, look at the crowd now. They know Michael's getting closer to that next TT win. They're waving him on.
Be another record breaker for him. Any that he takes this week are pushing him closer and closer to the top of that table where Uncle Joey is. Hickman through the bungalow. Oh.
Hear it just bouncing off the rev limiter there. Plenty of crowd cheering on P2, always a favourite with the fans.
I love the way everyone stands up as people come through. It's great, isn't it? Get on their feet, chilling on the grass, and then 15, 16, 17 minutes later, back round, they come on your feet and give them some applause.
And I'm telling you, the riders can see it. You can see that on that last lap. It really lifts your spirits when you see those programs being waved.
I bet it's absolutely fantastic. Up at the bungalow, what's the split going to be between Coward and Brown? Brown's still got it by 1.3 seconds now, but this is going to go right the way down to the checkered flag.
Yep, there is no time to rest.
You're on board with Brown?
Oh, look through the screen there. See the bugs on the screen? Mike Brown will be dealing with a similar state of vision through his visor now. Probably used all his tear-offs.
Michael Dunlop, meanwhile, coming down to the start-finish line, and he's going to take his 24th TT win. Moves him into second overall on the all-time list. It's his third win this week. An incredible performance by him. And Mike Brown holds on for P2 from Jamie Coward by just a couple of seconds. Hickman gets fourth, Josh Brooks in fifth, and Pierre-Yves Bihan in sixth.